Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Rider Ramblings. Today is the day I practice what I preach with the wet weather riding, as it's a bit damp this morning. And I think we've got the weather that was coming down the UK yesterday, according to some information I received. Anyhow, it's wet. It's supposed to be wet all day, not just a bit of the day, but all day, with the worst of the weather about lunchtime, and I will probably be in it. So anyhow, you might see that today my gloves are actually under the nylon jacket, but over the motorcycle jacket. So yeah, and although I have only my ordinary over trousers on, I haven't put the nylon ones on because it's not really raining yet. I'll probably need them for the return trip at lunchtime. I think we'll see. I don't have the balaclava on because, as again, it's not fully raining. Anyhow, yes. How was your week? Good, I hope. Let me know below. I've had a relatively quiet week. I've been programming, and something I've been trying to achieve for a few years now, on and off. I haven't been doing it every day. It's just been now and again. I've been trying to achieve. I managed to actually finally get it done and working on Friday. This is programming. It's to do with internationalization and changing languages on websites, that type of thing. And I finally got it fully working. I had it working previously, but not as I wanted it to. It was a bit of a... I mean, it looked alright on the website, you couldn't tell, but to me it was a bit of a kludge. So, I finally got it doing what I wanted it to do, and I wrote a gist about it, basically to remind myself how to do it again, because it's not just, do this. There's about 8 to 10 different steps that you need to do in order to make it work properly, and each step is important and it has to be done exactly as I put it in the gist. So because I've got the memory of a goldfish, or as they say in French, a poisson rouge, and you guarantee I'd forget something, I've written a gist, and somebody asked me if I would actually write a wiki about it as well. Now, I've not written a wiki before, so it took me 8 or 9 edits, I think, to actually get the wiki looking correct, because each system has a different way of showing the various markup languages that you use, and the wiki uses Markdown, which is a markup language, honest, and it has to be done in a certain way for the wiki. So although it was working on the gist, it wouldn't work on the wiki, so I had to re-edit it a number of times. And I must admit I did just look at it again, and I noticed there's one or two small errors that need attention. Just these are typos rather than anything else. And but it's done, and as of this morning, I think about 2,500 people have actually viewed the wiki, which is pretty good going. Pretty good going. And that's in, what, about 30 hours. So obviously it's something that other people wanted to do. Anyhow, if you're not interested in programming, you'll probably find all of that boring. Never mind. I do apologise. Let's say we're back to a frog strangler. Well, it isn't actually, so it might be at lunchtime. And let's say it was a quiet weekend. I went out yesterday for a run on the Yamaha, on the FJR, the blue bike. It was pretty chilly, let me tell you that now. It was pretty chilly, and I was out for about an hour. Nice weather. I mean, you know, it was sunny, but I think it was about 5 degrees, and my body isn't accustomed to 5 degrees. This morning, according to the phone, it's 4 degrees, so even colder. But let's say I'm dressed up and ready for it, so I'm quite happy. No idea what's happening here, but it looks pretty clever. Definitely intelligent. This is not going to make this helpful for various people, but no idea what they're doing. Looks like they're putting in temporary traffic lights as well. So this Wednesday coming, I won't be making a video because we're out. Yes. So we're going out for the day. We're not going anywhere, you know, fantastically interesting like, you know, Monaco or Chartres or anywhere like that. We're going to I wonder what you'd call this in English. Handicrafts? No, it's not really handicrafts. These are small businesses who do things like, you know, sewing and leather and woodwork and that type of thing. If you know what it's called, stick it in the comments below, because it's called an atelier in French, but I don't know what you call it in English. Exhibition, because her indoors does quite a lot of sewing, and of course I make things out of leather, so it's actually quite useful for both of us. So we're going there, and then of course Madam has decided, her indoors, that we need to redecorate. So it seems that I have to dig out my decorating tools, which I have no idea where they are. Well, I know one or two are, but I think some of them are in the UK, so I might have to buy some new ones at some point. And she's saying, let's do it in spring, and I'm going, no, let's do it when there's snow on the ground and it's too cold and nobody can go anywhere or do anything. So January, February time is what we're doing. One of the things about France is that if you're an ordinary motorcycle, not a 50cc or less, or trottinette or whatever, you're not allowed in a bus lane, which is pretty ridiculous. So we've got to keep moving out of the bus lane. But having said that, I'll probably just nip through to the lights here, as there's no bus behind, and do it that way. Oh yes, the other bit of news is that Madame Hidalgo, who I have some real problems with, who is the mayor of Paris, and I think it's her, but it could be somebody else, but it's probably her, has decided that the Périphérique, which used to be 80 and is now 70, is going to be 50 from some point in next year, probably just before the Olympics. And this is, as I say, this is her latest scheme. Yes, I can understand that, but a lot of the time, the Périphérique runs at, excuse me, I have a cold, en roume, as they say in French. But most of the time, the Périphérique runs at about 20 kilometers an hour. But at night, and when it's running freely and so on, I mean, it's quite capable of 80 or 90 kilometers an hour, so sort of forcing everybody to, at 50, that she's not going to be liked by a lot of people, because, as I say, out of hours, when it's not wall-to-wall traffic jam, then it is actually a very quick way of getting around Paris. But as I say, if she messes with the speed limit, then people are going to be using other systems, and it's just going to make oh, I do apologise, sorry. It is going to make life a bit difficult, I think, for a lot of people. I've got a sneaking suspicion that she's trying to... oh, he's got his hazards on. I've got a sneaking suspicion that she's trying to get rid of everybody out of Paris. And she only wants tourists and multimillionaires in Paris, and everybody else, and that includes businesses, are not welcome. I get this distinct impression. She was in trouble recently because she comes from, I believe, from Tahiti or somewhere in the Pacific. That's where she originated from. And so she spent 75,000 euros on a business trip, which took her back home for a while. And of course, everybody's somewhat unhappy about that. Yeah, they're definitely unhappy. So, never mind. Anyhow, I'll say thank you very much. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time.